Hi, my name is Andi, and I'm a knitter and crocheter and crafter and other things. But I've been contemplating filming a podcast, video cast, I don't know, whatever they're called, about my passion for a while, because I don't really have any friends who share the same interests as I do locally. Any friends locally. I used to have a great group of ladies that were really good friends with where I used to live, and I don't really have that now. I have wonderful friends, but nobody that shares my passion for knitting. So I decided that I wanted to become a part of this community because I watch so many other people and their knitting related podcasts, and I just really enjoy that. It's something that I do a lot. I watch Mean Girls Knit, and I watch Knitting Annihilator and Dunder Knits and Stranded Dye Works. I watch The Grocery Girls, Smells Like Yarn. There's so many that I watch, and I just enjoy visiting with these people, you know, seeing a little part of their life and how excited they get over their knitting projects. It's how I feel on a regular basis. So I decided I wanted to try this. Nobody will probably ever watch it, but you know, it is what it is. So a little bit more about me. I live in Southern Oregon, and I have 3 beautiful children, range from 6 to 14. He's almost 15. I don't know how I have a teenager already. And a wonderful husband who endures my passion for crafting, and you know, he enables me a little bit. So much so that, you know, he let me teach him how to knit, and he'll sit and knit with me every now and then, you know, while we're watching TV or something. So I've been knitting for over a decade, and for most of that time I was a gift knitter. I would just knit things and just give them to everybody because I assumed that everybody else loved the things that I made as much as I loved them, and that is not the case, as most of you probably already know. Well, I didn't. I've also usually only would knit like hats and maybe a small scarf. I would just get so bored on a scarf, but I knit like a bunch of hats. So many hats. And just like recently, I decided that I was going to dive into knitting other things. I knit my first pair of socks this year, and I totally didn't grab them because they're in the wash. And I knit my first garment this year. I knit myself a cardigan. I started making mittens, and I've knitted a little toy here or there for my, like all this year, like 2019, I just started, and I just dove right in. I've also recently picked up spinning, which I absolutely love. And I decided that I'm going to be a selfish knitter. I am only going to knit for myself or the people that I feel the need to knit for, like mainly my children, close family. My mom is a wonderful person to knit for. She wears everything that I have ever made her. She is totally knit-worthy. You know, like just people, close family. I'm not gonna gift knit for everybody anymore. So then I get everybody's like, oh, hey, can you make this? Can you make that? Can you do it this way with that color and this kind of yarn? And I don't want to pay more than $10 for it. yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. So I've decided that I'm going to start saying no. I'm going to just only knit what makes me happy. And since I've decided to do that, I mean, I'm pretty happy with my knitting. I'm not feeling stressed out or pressures or deadlines or anything like that. I do have a few baby showers that are coming up, and I'm really excited for that. I already knit up and sent off a little cardigan. It was the Baby Sophisticate cardigan and a little newsboy hat to one of my really good friends who lives on the East Coast. Her baby's due like any day. My sister-in-law is gonna have another little niece for us, and one of our cousins who is local is gonna have a little girl, and I've started a project for her. I guess let me just dive right into things I've completed. So my most recent thing that I have completed are a pair of mittens that I kind of modified, well, a lot of modified. They're the North Star flip top mitt. It's a knit along that I started at my local yarn shop because I'm trying to make some more local knitty friends. And so this is what I've done. I didn't do the second color work repeat that was here. I made my husband a pair, but he's wearing them because he took the kids up to Diamond Lake to go snow tubing, and I decided not to do the fingers on mine. I just did you know, fingerless mitt. They're super warm. I have not blocked these yet, and so they're a little itchy right now, kind of rustic, like rough, but I blocked my husband's, and they are so super soft once they are blocked. I really love these. I kind of love this colorway. It feels very like vintage 70s to me. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed making these. I have never done mittens prior to these, and that's not true. I did a pair of cabled mittens quite a few years ago, but I didn't know anything about blocking, and I thought that I was allergic to wool, and I gifted those. So yeah, I think they're in my Ravelry project queue. I'll put all of that, the ways that you could contact me in the description below. Another thing that, oh, these are made out of a Trendsetters Pure New York collection, I think. I'm the worst with remembering things, like names and specifics, and I know they're 100% wool, they're non-superwash, but like I just generally remember things. I'm the worst with all the details. I don't know how all of these people that do their podcasts and everything, they just remember, like, oh well, and then this colorway, and it was, you know, this name, and I don't remember any of those things. I'm horrible. I'm just gonna have to do all of the work down below. Another thing that I have recently finished is for my mother. It was her birthday on the 13th, and I started this the day before the 12th, and didn't really get to work on it on her birthday or the day after because it was Valentine's Day. And so I finished it on the 15th. It was a very quick knit. It was, the hardest part was being able to track down the pattern, because it was one of those patterns that was only printed in a magazine, and I had to download an app and find the right issue, and then it was a little leaflet in the issue, and I was worried it wasn't gonna, it was a whole thing. But I found it, and I love it. And it is a maple leaf shawl, and I absolutely love it so much that I wore it the other day before I've gifted it to my mom. She lives on the East Coast, and she is going to come and see us in April, I think. So she told me to I sent her a picture, and she's like, well, wear it until I get there. and just hang on to it. But it's such an easy construction. I was able to catch the flow of the pattern after a short time, and I was able to just continue it. Now, it calls for fingering weight, and then the end dimensions would be like, I don't know, 42 inches or something wide. I wanted it to be a little bigger and a little denser because it gets really cold where my mom lives. And so I went with this, it's Lion brand, and it's their jeans collection, and this color is Top Stitch, and it's super soft. It's 100% acrylic, and it feels like butter. It felt so great even before I blocked it. I steam blocked it so that it could hold its shape, and I love this so much that I'm probably going to knit myself one in several colors because I totally want a maple leaf in purple. There's purple maple leaves, right? I just really, really like it. It's so cute. It drapes really nicely. I just really do like it so much. It's very cute, and my mom loves it, and I can't wait to see her wear it. Another thing that I have finished is I made for my daughter. We were watching, I think it was the Hey Sister podcast, and so when I find a podcast that I really like, I go all the way back to the beginning and I watch all the episodes. So I will binge on a podcast when I discover it, and so I see everything. Well, I don't remember who made it, but one of them made a unicorn for their daughter, and my daughter saw it and she said, I want a unicorn. So I found a unicorn pattern on Ravelry, and I'll just have to link everything below because I don't remember who made the pattern. I know it was like a $2 pattern, and it was like unicorn and fairy friend, and it was just super adorable. And so I knit this, and this was all made out of scrap yarn that I had left over from other projects, with the exception of the mohair, because I didn't have any mohair, so I just went to my local yarn shop and I bought a thing of mohair. It was on sale, just purple. Everything's in my Ravelry. I don't remember the name brand or whatever. I know that this is the gray is Cascade 220, and this is the Superwash, and there is this rainbow in the hair is left over from my socks that I made. It was Jawool, I don't know if that's how you say it, sock yarn in the rainbow colorway. And then the horn was left over from my mittens that I made. This is the Trendsetters New York, and I just embroidered, you know, I had some black yarn that I did the eyelashes with, and I purchased a couple eyes, but it was a super quick knit. It was very enjoyable to do. There was seaming, which I'm not a big fan of. I really feel like some of this could have been done in the round. I did the horn in the round. I figured it out and did it. It was super easy. I do have ideas for when I make another one. I love this so much. I wanted to keep it and not give it to my daughter. But she told me that I can't. She has named her Rainbow Shadow Sprinkles, or something to that effect. It's all of those words. I don't know if I said it in the right order. She would correct me if she was here. Absolutely love it. It's so cute. So another thing that I have completed recently is my first sweater, and I'm not a yarn snob. I really do. I love all yarn. I really do. I love all yarn. And I'm on a budget sometimes, and for my first garment I did not want to buy a really expensive yarn and knit it up and it not fit right, or I not know what I'm doing. I got really intimidated by knitting a garment. I get intimidated by knitting almost everything new I try, and then when I just do it, it works. Like, it's never intimidating. I just follow it step by step, but I get myself worked up. Anyhow, this is made out of Lion brand premium acrylic. It's like the Pound of Love. I was able to get 2 big giant skeins on sale at Joann Fabrics. I think they were like $5 each, or it was like buy one get one free, and they were $10.99 or something to that effect. So this is essentially a $10 sweater minus, you know, the time I took to make it. And the pattern I used was Still Water by Marie Green, I think, of Olive Knits. And the construction was super easy. I really like it. This is a something I wear it out and over. I usually wear it over a flannel because it's kind of just like an extra layer. It's an open cardigan. It doesn't stay on my shoulders very well unless I wear a flannel underneath it. If I wear something underneath it like an extra layer, it kind of stays put, and it's super warm, and I just really like it. It's got this like faux cabling down the 2 front panels, and you don't actually have to do any cabling. It's all a matter of, you know, like knitting stitches together and yarn overs. I just really love it. I was so excited when I finished it. I just, usually it's paired with one of my flannels, and I throw it on when I go out the door, and it's such a good layer. It gets chilly here sometimes in Oregon, but not too cold to wear a coat. It just depends. It's a really great extra layer. And I love layers. Her pattern was written very well. I cannot wait to purchase her book that just came out and tackle some other sweaters. Really like it. It's, you know, it's acrylic. I'll be able to throw it in the washer and the dryer. Not that I actually will. A lot of times I don't throw my knits in the dryer, even if they say they're able to. I just usually lay everything flat to dry, just because. So some other finished things that I have is some spinning, some hand spun yarn. And I am very, very, very new at spinning yarn. So I literally just got my wheel like 2 weeks ago, and I just dove right in. I've never really seen anybody do it like in person or anything like that. I've just been watching a ton of videos on Instagram and YouTube just to figure things out. And so, my first skein of yarn was rainbow. It was a rainbow pack, and it was from Looking Glass Shetlands, which is like a local person, and they sell their wool at my local yarn shop, and it was so cute. It turned out very arty because I didn't know what I was doing, and it's very thick, and I just knitted up a little cowl, and I will have to show that next time because I don't have it handy. But the second one I finished was this. This is a Malabrigo Nube or Noob. I don't know how to say it, but it's so cute. I think I ended up with like 55 yards out of 4 ounces, which I've been knitting 4 ounces and 4 ounces, or spinning, sorry, 4 ounces and 4 ounces, just so I can see my progress and see how good I'm getting at the extra length. Yeah, this is 100% pure wool. It's their natural color. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's super fun to do. I just love it. It's so pretty. Like, I can't believe I made this. Like, it's a super exciting thing for me. Any of my friends that are local to me, even my friends on the East Coast, they they will tell you like how excited I get when I talk about knitting and yarn and spinning, and I just have a crazy passion for it. I don't know, it makes me happy. And you know, do the things that make you happy. Why not? So the next one that I have done, I got, it's also Malabrigo. This is their colorway Mostaza. I think that's how you say it. I'm the worst. I'm dyslexic and I make words up sometimes out of letters that are not even there. So this is, yeah, 127 yards, pure merino. I just love this colorway. I think it ended up being, you know, like an Aran or a Chunky, which is super awesome. I just love it. I think that it's a little bright there, but it's so gorgeous. I can't wait. I haven't set the twist in them yet. I plan on doing that probably later this afternoon. I have a couple other spins on my bobbins that I want to, one that I want to ply and the other one I have to put in a hank today. This is the next one that I've done, and this is 100% merino top. I don't know, I can't remember who it's by. I have it written down somewhere. But so I decided that I really wanted to try and ply with like a thread almost, and so I could see how many yards I was spinning out of 4 ounces. So this is half of the 4 ounces. The other half is on a different bobbin. And this one I did in so that it would kind of be striping. I did it in sections, like I did all purple, and then I did all of the it's called jade, but it really is like a turquoise or a teal to me. I love it. Then the other one I did it more variegated. I kind of did the colors together, and I don't know, I'm really excited to, I don't even have any idea what I'm going to make with it yet. I just like the actual act of spinning. So yeah, those are the things that I've done. I have a couple of projects that I am working on. One of them is a baby shower gift, and I'm knitting the sleeveless lace dress out of the 60 quick baby knits. So I'm gonna knit that up. I have half of it done. I'm doing it in it's a Cascade Ultra Pima, I think, and like this corally, it looks almost like corally or watermelon color. I've got the skirt part done. I've got my provisional cast on. I have to pick up later today to do the top part. It's just so cute. I love the way this yarn feels. I try to do cotton or you know, definitely softer acrylics when I'm knitting for babies. Occasionally I'll do wool as long as it's machine washable, because I know that when you have like a new little one, you don't have time to lay everything flat to dry, or at least I never did. I mean, other moms might. I didn't have my stuff together. So something else I'm working on, I'm knitting a pair of socks for my husband, and I really like 2 at a time because I get bored of things, and if I have to, unless I really love a pattern, I'm not going to knit it twice. I just get bored of things. So I'm doing 2 at a time so that I know that he'll get 2 socks and not just 1. And this is jaw wool. I think I have. Do I have a little taggy in here? Probably not. Anyway, it's jaw wool. It's in a stripy colorway. And I have carried, they come with a reinforcement thread, and I have carried that through the toe. And I just really like how they're turning out. He can't wait for them. He keeps bugging me. He's like, so I casted everything on in January. It's like I was like, just cast it on January, and I cast on so many things, and I usually only have 1 or 2 things on my needles, and that's it. Well, I had like 11 projects on my needles in January, and I decided that I'm going to finish it February. Like, I'm really trying to not cast anything else on in February, but I did just find out I have a baby shower to go to on March 2nd, so I will probably be knitting something for that. But anyway, he keeps asking me, when are you going to finish my socks? When are you going to finish my socks? Well, these are like my car knitting or my, like, you know, riding around, whatever, you know, simple knitting you don't have to think about. So they don't get as much action because I'm home all the time. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and that's where I knit, is at home. So these haven't seen as much action as some of my other projects. I don't have any like fancy knitting bags or project bags or anything like that. They're so awesome, but I'm on a budget, so I work with what I got. So I used to get makeup bags from Ipsy, and I used to have, like, I don't know, I'd buy things from Ulta and they'd come with a free bag. Well, this is a makeup bag, but I put a little handle on it and I use it for my knitting bag. It's all sparkly and cute. It has a flat bottom. I can fit both of the skeins in there. Well, it's one skein. I split it in half. And I make do with what I got. So that's what I do. But I just, quick, hold it on my wrist. I can knit while I'm walking or in the grocery store or in the car, and just go with that. Another thing I am working on is also new to me. It's color work. Sorry, I dropped the skein of yarn. And so color work was new to me this year, and I also wanted to try double knitting, and I am really liking it. I absolutely love plaid, specifically buffalo check plaid, which is the big squares. So I found this pattern for a cowl, and it's double knit, and it is buffalo check, and I absolutely love it. And double knitting is I was so intimidated. I thought it was going to be hard, but it is not. You're just knitting one and purling one, and knit one in one color, purl one in the other color, and just make sure you move your yarns. And I even messed up a few times in this multicolor section where I had done the wrong color, and I was able to drop down, pick them up and fix them in the right order. It was not very difficult. And on the inside it is the opposite color, which I absolutely love. And I love it because with color work, I'm not the best yet with my floats, and they get stuck on my hair, or the floats, I always snag them. So that's what I really like about the double knitting, is that, oh, is that messed up a little down there? No. I like about the double knitting is it's, you're not going to catch on the floats because they're inside the work. And it's buffalo plaid. I just love it. It's so cute. So that's just a few of the things I'm working on. I have several projects that are on needles. I'm trying to make a sleeper for one of the baby showers that I have to go to. It's kind of a pattern I'm sort of making up. I'm usually like a maker-upper. Like, I just kind of wing it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but usually with hats I just wing it, and I'm like, okay, I know that with this size yarn I gotta cast on this many stitches on this needle, it'll be alright. I usually make all my hats decreasable by 6 because I just like the way the crown shapes up. The other few things, I'm knitting a pair of socks for my grandmother, and I have I've started a sweater for my husband, which so we have been together this year. It will be 20 years.